I'm expecting Rossi to maybe win out this just sort of in the beginning for Global Esports. So, BREN, you got to make sure that you're doing your diligence. And already off the bat, they're going to be slowed down and see long scenes if they get any picks. But Rossi, off screen, gets Jesse. That's already information no longer accessible for BREN.
That is very not ideal for BREN Esports. You're basically forced to come see now. The bright side is, at least 2 players stacked over there, and that owl drone actually stalls the rotate as well. So you can creep this up, flash onto the site. This is pretty advantageous. Global Esports should just back up and respect this.
Yeah, if you're on C, you definitely want to do the retake with your group as opposed to try to fight for the site. It's just going to be tough, and they will back up. Yeah, okay, let's see what happens. Potentially, Dubstep might find somebody, get skills at the very least. Will they cause any more trouble? The smokes are just sort of allowing them to just play for picks around the sky. Big flash, though, comes in. Rossi able to take them down. Thanks to the breach, they get a 4th frag. Dubstep's the last one remaining. They're able to get 1 tap, though. Back it up into garage. Everything's offline, and they still have a little bit of time, but they get stunned. They're just going to smoke out. Try to see if they secure. They just got to take out the breach. They know that they're somewhere near to the right of them, but I don't know. They're going to take the duel a little bit aggressively, but they're going to go for the defuse. Can Hellranger do it? They got it halfway so they can do the flash, potentially commit to it, but they get headshot and
doubles back, though. Finds the other direction. Player waiting in the wings. Suddenly things getting slow. Waiting for the smoke to expend. And at least now it's a 4v3. Global Esports in a good position, but still have to clear out so many angles, and they have to get onto this spike without getting spammed. The shock darts are a little bit early sent out there. There's the Nano Swarm too, and BORKUM in such a good spot.
Gets in the flash.
Can easily go for the swing if he wants, but instead playing it passive. There's not nearly enough time for Global. They have to back on out. 1 kill there for Lightning Fast. He's going to try to save the op, but I think he's running out of time.
Yeah. Well, back, BREN. I mean, they still got, they have 30 seconds. They might try to commit this. A nice tag. Smoke kind of gets where they want to go, but it's not going to be enough. Kappa will just pop out under. 20 health in a dream. Doesn't able to find anything, and now it is Hellranger coming to save the day, potentially. I mean, if you could potential clutch, but just want to start winning more rounds. I don't even know if they're going to win this duel out. Dubstep, meanwhile, also being aggressive. Rossi will be able to find that frag in grass. They are just sort of frolicking around. But meanwhile, they're frolicking around at B. A site looks pretty clear to start planting, but Lightning Fast hanging out in heaven. But the frags are still coming in favor, I would say, more so for Global Esports. We'll see what happens. Phoenix is going to drop their ultimate. Go for a frag or 2. Gets Hellrangers. Going to see if they can find the Sova. Follow the trail of lightning. Maybe be able to get something. Meanwhile, Lightning Fast will hold down the ground and get 2 for their trouble. Maybe they'll get a 3rd at the very least. Can they find Dubstep? Oh, they just barely noticed, but they able to tag a little bit. And nicely done follow up by Kappa. And now it has all come down to Jesse's team that can secure. But the defuse is coming in. They will shoot. But I still think there's enough time for the defuse. And they don't seem to find Lightning Fast. They get him 1 tag, but that's it.
Shock dart going forward. That could take him out, but it's not a preset bolt. No one expects to be in that position. You don't have the right angles. The defuse is going to go through, despite the fact that Jesse Vash is going to put them both down.
You know, it's really smart for Lightning Fast to hold this garage, because if they ain't going B, they are going garage almost for sure if they're doing anything tricksy up mid. But they shoot it down, and they are actually going to double up on B, so they're going to go for it. Accidentally flashes their teammate, but Rossi won't find anything. A big shot from BORKUM. Now Lightning Fast might have to play the flank and try to maybe see if they can give BORKUM a taste of their own medicine. That's a nice frag onto that. Still, they are going to try to get out, but they already know that they're there, but they win the duel against BORKUM anyways. And now Global Esports is in a 3v4, and it might be just a good idea in this certain situation to save onto the weapons, but a huge shock dart coming in from Jesse will make them think twice about it. And yeah, there is going to be a save over at A for Global.
Rough stuff for Global. I definitely would have saved that for like a post plant. You didn't have nearly enough information. There weren't people set up on A. That felt like a very odd Hunter's Fury to me from Jesse Vash. You got 1 tag out of it, so not a complete waste, Pog. But yeah. I think you generally want to try and play for higher value Hunter's Furies than that, especially. Oh boy, are they leaning toward B? That feels a little bit risky right now, especially. You look at the map. I mean, C is completely free.
Yeah,
so this is a great read.
I think they were just using Dispenser as like a baiting tool, but I don't know why you would use Dispenser as opposed to Dubstep. But here we go. They are going to secure the site nonetheless and get the plant. And BREN is still in a good position. I would say even if they have player disadvantage, they technically have a 4v4 because of that early tag from the Sova from BREN. So Global could lose Hell Ranger right away. Given in this situation. And I mean, they're in a good spot. Dubstep also gets Rossi. This is pretty big. They just do not care, and they will just mow him down one by one. Doesn't even lose another player. And BREN, again, really
now they go over to the defense. They just need 3 rounds to get this done. If they got the pistol, that's game over, and they got the first pick in it.
Yeah, I agree. If BREN gets this pistol, that is pretty much done and dusted. Again, a reminder, this is BREN's pick, so I mean this is almost a different animal altogether. So it's really great to see this coming in from BREN. But it is their map pick, so I'm gonna still hold my breath to see how they do in the other. But that said, though, this is a potentially flawless pistol. Unless Hellranger gets something, they will at least take away the flawless. But I don't think they'll be able to get anything out of it. They already get tagged through the smoke. They know exactly where he is, and they're gonna just swarm on him like a pack of piranhas. Everything to gain for BREN, so I mean, and everything to gain, excuse me. So it's I always am a big fan of fighting for OT, but I suppose with a score like this, it's either you do it now or you just move on to the next map and save your energy. So I will have to agree with you on this, Paul. Very astutely said. We'll see. Though already pushing in as a group is very smart. Yep, just outmatched the Phantom with a bunch of Spectres. Really like this a lot. They know Dubstep is coming up. They will flash them, so smart disengage from them, but we'll see if they're able to win. They're able to get one, and also Ching's able to find another. The trades are going back and forth, but the player advantage is still in favor for Global Esports right now, and they have the spike at the moment. C is covered by the Sova, or I'm sorry, the Omen on BREN Esports. So Dispenser will be going around the flanking. Ching able to find Kappa. That's not good. And now they're stuck in Garage.
They know that the Omen is on C site. They have no idea where the Killjoy is. Crossing this is risky, but you have to do it to pick it up. Dispenser is snuck in and will steal away any chance of Global flipping that round on its head.
Utility, firepower beyond your imagination. You know, for BREN Esports, it's going to be tough. And already off the bat, they are going to tag Dubstep up quite enough. 26 health remaining, and there's no Sky or Sage for this map right now.
I'm very intrigued by the fact that they didn't commit to killing Dispenser. That's super unfortunate. This is very rough for Global now. They potentially could have isolated the Killjoy on that side of the map, but now BORKUM's here to support. That's an easy 1v1 to win for the Phoenix there. You're stuck in limbo. You're stuck going A now. If Rossi survived, I would be impressed, and no, won't live to tell the tale. Cap all alone. Lockdown right there, and that will be map number 1. Flawless fashion to end it out. Honestly, that's tube. I expect BREN Esports to probably play this a little bit slower, but they are actually pushing Dubstep and the Reyna out of A. They're getting a lot of map control for this. They're going to have such early info on this A site, and they have so much info toward B, too. This is really nice for BREN right now. Okay.
Destroyed.
And this is good, especially since Lightning Fast got that frag. You are gonna have to try and contend with the Jet still over on that side. So I like this push up mid from them. It's a rough start though with skills falling down so early. They still have to actually get onto the site. Running a little bit low on time. They've got the fight too. Oh, this is gone
BORKUM
so poorly. Oh, they got Global Esports have plenty of time to try and just catch one more person on this A site, and because they're playing so slow, BREN Esports have to respect. Are they going mid? Are they going back to B? You see that Dubstep is all the way over on the other side of the map. So on this A site, it's essentially a 2 versus 4. Most of the utility used by BREN Esport 2. They have one smoke. That recon dart is going to signal the push here for Global.
That is, but BREN did get that information. Now they're going down one by one. It's a crosshair setup, and they take advantage. There's very little time, 7 seconds left on the clock, and now they have to break the spike. Oh. And now it's falling apart for Global. They've taken too long, and basically this setup has worked. You may as well have just pushed up there with the group. At least you would have been guaranteed the trades. That would have been nice, but here we go. Setting up on tube, Global Esports, Power Ranger gets a little bit of Shark Dart tag, and a great follow-up, and a pick coming in from our friend Dubstep, as they will find one pick. A nice head tap coming in from Jesse, but I mean, this is again sort of a throwaway round that's just trying to maybe steal a gun, maybe dent the economy, but this is looking so good for BREN Esports, and yeah, no Sinatra shenanigans here to do, but yeah, Jesse's on their own. I'm interested to see how they go with it, but it doesn't really matter at the moment, as Dispense will dispose of that member of Global Esports, and there we go. Already locking it down. Not really sure where to look, but Skills gets 2, and I mean, that's pretty strong. But fire and information that they get a lot of the times, and BREN, you know, they're on defense. They're playing it passive. They don't really have to worry about it. Yep, I mean, these are just going to look so clean just because there's practically no armor. Oh, but that said, though, Skills does get at least the Omen. They do have maybe a better weapon to work with. That is a potential opening to at least get a spike plant for some bonus, some guns out of the way for BREN. Odin go burr, so it's back to player advantage. So
I mean, respect to a degree there, Skills. You get the first kill, you get the Empress, you pick up a gun, you're like, all right, guys, it's winnable. But the rest of Global Esports wasn't even on that side of the map.
Hey, they forced out an ultimate.
Pushed up that deep. They did they got the Hunter's Fury out, so
and the knives.
Kudos. Bladestorm 2, that helps. But I mean, this is still rough for Global right now.
I'm just trying to be half glass full for Global.
Yeah, it's okay. You'll do the half full, I'll do the half empty. We'll have a good.
All right, good cop, bad cop. I understand.
Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't. Players, they get the spike down, but now they have to get into a position where they can hold it. The flank has been deterred. It will be all 4 coming from defender spawn here for BREN.
Now Rossi has the op, and they're up on Nest. This is the most ideal situation. Nice smokes coming in there, but Rossi able to shoot through them. Dubstep does go down low. Defuse. They're committed to. Oh my gosh, they do manage to finally get around the. They have a secondary op, or I don't think so. It might be going down one by one. The trades are still working out in favor of Global Esports. They're bunkering down at Yellow, but Dispenser has no interest in that. She is the Empress of Yellow, and she will just mow them down one by one, and they are coming to the defuse, and while it looked like a potential opening, Lightning Fast shoots them down through the smoke, but no, I think there is enough time for Dispenser to be able to defuse it. Yes, there will be, and quite yet. The arrow gets shot down. They at least know somebody's up there, but I don't know. It's all coming from Yellow, so BORKUM knows that, but meanwhile, knives come out from mid, and Global Esports, they are just causing disarray. I like this, pushing as a group and trying to go for as many positions as possible to catch them on the crossfire. Ching does at least get Rossi, which is nice, but it's the beginning of an uphill battle. Still player advantage in favor for Global.
Ching has an inkling that someone will be on the spike, and the timing won't work out for him. On the cross. Oh, Jesse nearly punishes Lorena. Dismiss will get them out of dodge. Dubstep has an op. It's not ideal for retaking, especially with this smoke coming through, and you have to imagine BREN are going to go for the save. Lightning Fast is back here, only has a Sheriff. This is a low-risk, high-reward play. Gets Dubstep there. Jesse isn't going to be able to recover the op pretty early. Has to use the Leer just to get away. Trying to dodge away from that Hunter's Fury 2. Will be able to do so with relative ease. Meanwhile, things getting pretty bloody over on the A site. But Skills pushes a little bit too far forward without any assistance. Now one player is in, has to wait for the spike to get escorted this direction, though. And by the time that one is over here, BREN Esport could have rotated. They decide to play it safe instead. They have the lockdown. A retake here is very feasible for them.
Yeah, player advantage too. It's all coming up BREN in theory. especially with the fact that there's so much damage on the Sova. That said, shot just before the smoke goes down. Jesse is out of the picture. That means a lot of the intel that they could have potentially gotten is not going to exist there, and they just have to hope that this lockdown was enough. They're going to throw in some mollies, maybe a turret, just to see if they can do anything. Dubstep will drop the smoke to protect their team, but it's a get down situation. They shoot BORKUM as well. The defuser is just suspended. See, maybe they can some round, some weapons away, but Global locks us down.
As long as they could on A to just catch players who pushed in too early. That worked out really well for Rossi and Hellranger. And now they just get to play into this eco. Of course, an eco with a Blade Storm. Hardly an eco at all. Ooh, classic. No right click necessary. Dubstep, good for 2.
Wow, that talk about value. Get your 2-fer right there. That does mean the op is down. I don't think anybody's going to try to replicate Rosso's playstyle. And a third! Oh my goodness! The knives are gone, but the skill is still there. Dubstep making it expensive for Global Esports, and this what should be a throwaway round is looking winnable.
BREN Esports just have to play slow. Look how split Global are across the map right now. Lightning Fast will catch one. Has to get the heck out of dodge. No ammo, not able to take that fight against Ching. Does use that neural theft, reveals that 2 players are really close though. This is so risky for Lightning Fast. Getting spammed right here. The smoke from his teammate nearly gets him out of dodge, but isn't quite in the perfect position. Hellranger now very far away, has to play into the 1v3. Not planted ideally for him to spam this either. You have to go up so close to this to actually stop early and mid actually by Global Esports. Didn't catch anything, nobody pushed, nobody got map control with that, and now they're all spotted by the Owl drone as well. Great swing from Dispenser and BORKUM, applying a lot of pressure. This is getting worse and worse for Global Esports by the second. Hellranger will stabilize a little bit. They have to worry less about that mid pressure now, but still the Omen has crept forward. Up to tube they go. Bladestorm out.
No!
An ambitious dash there for Rossi. BORKUM ready for the second, but not ready enough. It will be that 1-for-1 trade. Hellranger aware of the player behind them, but completely unsupported, as the Sova has crept all the way over to B, spotted and everything. A trade there with Dispenser, and it doesn't go his way.
They have a few rounds to their name. Let's see if they can start stringing some more together here, Paul.
They could also just have that happen.
Okay, sure.
Where they play passive and they play split across the map, so they lose out here. Oh, don't tell me! No! Oh, Lightning Fast. Not Lightning Fast on the draw right there. Dispenser beats him to it. Rossi good for 3, though, with the Ghost. Makes this very winnable for Global Esports. A round that started off so poorly. A desperately needed pistol round here for Global. Now looks doable at the very least. Information they're going to spot where both players are. That's so much information for Global. They can move forward and be prepared for the swings. They're just going to try and eliminate the enemy. BORKUM on the first, on the second, though, and then comes around for the third. Not quite able to make that. Dismiss will carry skills back to the spike. No smoke remaining, though. Has to go for the kill.
Running for time. This is so
Running
smart.
out of time to do so. The Sova just hiding behind the box. Will peek out slowly but surely, jumping over the box.
Balance aggression from Dubstep. They are just going to start pushing down wherever they go, and it looks like potentially A. Okay. That said, though, Rossi gets some some value, and now they're in a awkward situation. The dispense combo cannot happen. They are taking over A.
I do like this from BREN Esports. They spot the op over toward B, immediately throwing the lockdown, and now they're pushing onto the A site. No time wasted by BREN. They will lose 1 player in a trade to skills. The spike will get planted here. BREN Esports need to be watching their post-plants position. Right now, they're all stuck toward the spike. They barely get away there. Nice Nano Storm, 2 skills. Oh, gets demolished by that one. Global Esports chances looking so rough. Ooh, skills nearly caught by that 2. Was just around the box there.
They have intel too.
So far forward. This is so doable for BREN Esports. Jesse does find one, and BORKUM will put
really halfway for your teammates, and then out of commission. Now, Global Esports, they fight for overtime with only 3 rounds behind them. I'm still trying to be half glass full here.
Good.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I don't think we can say the glass is half anything at this point.
Is there a glass? I don't know.
There definitely is a glass. BREN Esports have just chugged it And not really left much in the department there for Global. Hellranger not having a good time. Beautiful swing there by BREN. At least the paranoia is dodged, and Rossi can make this costly over toward the B site. Suddenly, BREN Esports don't know if they really want to go forward, but they're stuck behind yellow. So going back is also a risk. Here comes the swing. Ooh, just narrowly misses, and that's a nasty tag. I believe leg shot or through the box right there on Rossi. Once Rossi's pushed off, suddenly BREN feel much more confident. Lightning fast on a long angle here can support Rossi, who right now is just honestly doing guerrilla warfare against BREN Esports, but he's all alone. 12 health to his name. Gets the first, but the second will be denied, as is the series, as BREN Esports take